Milk and cookies.
All right, good morning.
Good morning.
Today is Daf Yud Zayin. We're starting from Daf Tezayin Amud Beis on the bottom. Well, not on the bottom, like 12 lines up. So we have to start. We have a lot to catch up. Hikter Shum Shum. We're going to do this quickly. It's an easy sugya. Hikter Shum Shum Lechol Shum Shum. We're talking about the smallest shiur possible, the shiur of a sesame seed. So he had two things. First of all, his intent, his machshava of pigul was on the sesame, and he's going to be maktir. He's maktir a sesame. Again, he's maktir sesame seed, the size of a sesame, which was a lot less than the shira of a ktara of a kazayis, and his intent was also on a sesame seed. Ad shekol koyim tzkula. We just started. No fears. We have a lot to catch up on. It's time. Yeah, the shir factora is a kazayis. He's eventually going to get to that shir. He's going to do one sesame at a time. One sesame seed at a time. So he did two problems here. Number one, his intent was a sesame size intent. And second of all, the haktara was a small haktara. But eventually he's going to get there. Ad shekol koyim tzkuloi. Until he's done with his entire koyim. Rav Chizda, Rav Amnuna, Rav Sheshes. So we have three Manda Omrim. Chad Omar Pigul, V'chad Omar Posel, V'chad Omar Kosher. They have all possible shitos. Either it's completely kosher, it's completely pigul, or it's somewhere in between called posel. Leima, says the Gemara, Manda Omar Pigul, Kirib Meir. The one that says that it is pigul, because he holds like Remeir. Remeir says the chatzin matir is enough for pigul. So over here, a small sesame is a chatzi matir and it'll be okay. Umanda apostle kirabana, and the one that says the halacha is that it's possible because he holds like Rabbanan who are mechulag Remeir and say even though they don't hold of chatzi matir, but nevertheless it's possible. It's not pigul, but it's possible. Umanda omar kosher kirebi. Rebbe holds that if somebody takes one of the two korbanos on Shavuos, the kivsei atzeres, he takes one carbon and thinks about a half a zayis, and he takes another carbon and he thinks about half a kazayis. So those two half kazaysim are not mitzdarif. So and it's completely kosher. So over here also the sesames are completely kosher. Mimai. Why do you say that would be the machlekes here? Rebbe, Remeir, and Rabbanan. Dilmat kan lo kol Rebbe Meir hasam el de choshev b'shiuroi. When does Remeir say that a chatzim matir is good? When he does a full shear, he takes a koimetz, puts it on mizbeach, but it's a full koimetz. It's the whole shear of koimetz. But it's a half a matir. It doesn't include the levayna, so that's why Remeir says it's still considered pigul because it had a full koimetz. But over here we're talking about sesame seeds. It's not a shear. So even Remeir will hold that it's no good. It's not pigul. By half a matir, you only have a koimetz and you don't have the levayna. So Chacham say it's not pigul, it's only pasul. But over here, eventually, you're going to get to the full koimetz, one sesame seed at a time. Maybe even Chachamim agree that it's pigul. Rebbe Hasam El Hoder Malya Mois Havodah. He took one keves and he did a half a kazayis. Then he took another keves and did another half a kazayis. But he never did a full kazayis. He never went back. He couldn't go back. It's done. Once you do a keves, you shech the keves, you're done with that avodah. You only did a half kazayis. But over here, he started out with, let's say, a half a zayis. He started out with a sesame. Eventually, he built up to the full zayis. What's the problem? So maybe it should be pigul. Elo mandom pigul divriyakot. If you hold that it's pigul, he would hold even according to Rebbe that says kosher, and even according to Chacham that say pasul, it's still pigul. Man domar pasul divriyakol. In other words, my svara will go according to all man domrim. Man domar kosher divriyakol. Why? Man domar pigul divriyakol kosova derech achila bekach v'derech haktor bekach. If you hold that it's pigul gomer because everything he did was proper. People eat one sesame seed at a time. People put one sesame seed at a time on a stove. That's how they burn things. So it's considered aktar, it's considered anchila. So mainly I have everything.
And derech hakara, they burn mizbeach like that?
Not so much mizbeach, but that's how people burn stuff. They burn one sesame seed at a time. Umando, I'm apostle, Diriyakol, Kosova, derech achila bekach. Ve'ein derech haktar bekach. V'havilo kimincha shali huktera. This is mamish, I'm thinking now, it's unbelievable. In my house on Shabbos, I used to eat the sesames that fell on this. I used to take my finger and, go like this. And my mother used to tell me it's not proper. I'm saying this is mamish the Gemara. I held like the derech bekach, and she held not. So fine. Kosova derech achila bekach ve'in derech haktar bekach. V'havilo kimincha shali huktera.
It's not shot that when you put all of them on, he sees it as if you put them one at a time, and that's why it's hakara. Or it's not that you don't actually put one, or that he sees when you do hakara.
No, I think it means literally. Because we're talking about literally. He literally put one sesame at a time. So if there's no derech haktar like this, then he never was makdir it. If he was never makdir it, so it's possible. Uman da omar kosher divrei hakol kosova derech haktar bekach ve'ein derech achila bekach. Since there's no derech achila like this, so there's no pigul at all, zero pigul, and a full haktar he was mekayim. So Mamela, it's kosher completely. Zog the Gemara, Daf Yudzayin Amud Aleph on the top. Amri Charifa de Pumbedisa. So Rashi brings down the Gemara in Sanhedrin. There's a very long list there of all the different names that are brought down in Shas. So if you ever need it, it's a glossary. It's a nice key to all the Lamashal. Rabbi Seinu Shebebavel is talking about Rav and Shmuel, like that. So when it says Charifa de Pumbedisa, it's Eifa and Avimi. Avimi b'nei Rechava. Fine. Now what? What do Charifa Pumbedisa say? Haktara mifageles haktara. In other words, if you take a koimetz, you're being maktir a koimetz, and you think during that haktara about the levina, that's good enough. We learned you're not matir. A matir is not mefagel a matir, and that the Gemara is going to bring down. Rashi brings down on the spot. Let's see Rashi inside. V'afagav de'im mater mefagamat, like 3 lines down from the top. V'afagav de'im mater mefagal samater v'leidom l'shoichedes hakeves lechol mechaver l'machor. One sheep cannot be mater a second sheep. Since the koimetz and the levina are in one kli, so memela it's different. Chacham will hold that mater mefagel mater. I am putting a koimetz on the mizbeach. I can think about the levina at that time. Even Chacham the hold there's a problem of chatzi matir. That's when there was no machshava at all about the levina. He was doing a koimetz and he thought about koimetz is soilus, and he was thinking about the soilus that's left in the bowl, but he had no intent on the levina. Since he was doing the koimetz with the soilus and he put it on the mizbeach, and at the same time he was thinking about the other matter, which is the levina. It's as if he thought about both matirim, the koimetz and the levina together. It's a tremendous chiddush. Chatzi zayis. No, those are 2 separate. I don't think so. That would be 2. What they're saying here is what? No, a chatzi matter of a full shear. Chatzi matter of a full shear. They're saying, okay, so Be'etzim they're saying 2 chidushim. Chiddush number 1 is that you don't say a matter is not mefagel a matter if it's in the same kli. That's chiddush number 1. And chiddush number 2 is that I could think about the other. It's considered that I have both matirim together. It's considered I'm doing both matirim. By me thinking about the levina, what I'm doing, the koimetz, I'm thinking about. It's a full matter. It's not a chatzi matter. This is a full matter. I got everything together. I have the Levina and the Kaimitz. Zog the Gemara, Omar Rava. I'll prove it to you. Avanan Namitanina. Zakla, we learned in the Mishnah earlier. How does Pigul work? The Mishnah brings down all four avodos, right? You have Kmitza, you put it in the Kli, then you have Ilacha, and you have Aktara. So the Mishnah brings all four Lashonas, all four avodos together. Rava says the Chayra, all halachas apply to all four. It makes sense, since they're all brought in one line. To eat something that's the derech to eat, like the shirayim, like the koimetz you put on the mizbeach. If somebody had a thought, it's only possible of bekares, says Rava, my love, haktara dumi dahanach. The last avodah, which is aktara, has the same halacha as the first three avodas. Mahanoch bein lechol bein lahaktir. In the first avodah, let's say, the kmitza. When you take kmitza and you think about the levina, since the first three avodas don't include a levina, they don't need a levina in the first three avodas. So if you think about the levina, it's pigul, because there's only one matter in those avodas. When you're doing kmitza, there's no kmitza by levina. So if I do kmitza on the soilus and I think about the levina, I'm over on pigul. So just says Rava, just like when I'm doing kmitza and I think about the pigul, I think about the levina, it's pigul. So too, when I'm doing the aktara all the way at the end, even though that you need to do aktara to levina, still I'm mefagel on the levina when I think about the levina. Again.
Even if you're not thinking at the Torah of the Levina.
Right. I'm now at the aktara of the koimetz. I'm thinking about a levina. I'm over on the aktara of the levina. I'm over on pigul. Just like.
And that's enough.
And that's enough.
That's not chatzi matter.
Right. That's the sugya right now. That's charifi pumbedisa. What does charifi pumbedisa say? That while I'm being makter the koimetz, I could have a machshav of a levina. Says Rav, I'll prove it to you. Because in the Mishnah on Yud Gimel, wherever, it says, Kmitza, Haylacha, Haktara, or Nesina B'Kli, Haylacha, Haktara, it's all in the same line. And Kmitza could include a machshav of Levina. Why? Because there's no Levina by Kmitza. The only matter by Kmitza is Kmitza. There's no matter of Levina by Kmitza. So since there's only one matter, so I'm doing the whole matter, there's no chatzi matter, I'm doing the whole matter, thinking about the levina, I'm over on pigul. What about the last avodah, called aktara, where there is levina? So thinking about kmitza, during kmitza, thinking about levina would be a chatzi matter. L'chayr it shouldn't work, but says Rava, but it's in the same line. It has the same halacha, so l'chayr it should work. Just like Chariv Ibn Bedisa said, the pigul should be chal. Manoch ben lechol ben lakter, just like the first three avodas, it's thinking about even eating shirayim, or even, this is the point, the levina, lahakter levina, doesn't say it in the Gemara, but that's what it means, lahakter means levina. Afaktara, so when you're putting the koimetz on the mizbeach, it doesn't matter what your machshav is, ben lechol, whether you're thinking about the same min of the koimetz, which is shirayim, ben lahakter, even if you're thinking about something else, called levina. Loi. Just because it's in the same sentence, it doesn't mean it has the same halacha. Hanach bein lecho bein lahakter. The first three includes the levina. Haktara lecholin lahakter loi. But when you're talking about the haktara, the last avodah does not include levina. Baruch atah Adonai mecholam shachani b'dvorai. Says the Gemara, a complete opposite. Manda Omar. Yosef Rav Menachos bar Gado, Hameda Abaya, v'Yosef v'Ko Omar Mishmeder Rav Chizda. He said in the name of Rav Chizda. Now Rav Chizda, we learned how to Rebbe. Who was Rav Chizda's Rebbe? Remember from the Petch? Avimi. Very good. His shmak. Over here we see at another Rebbe. Omar Mishmeder Rav Chizda, ein aktor mefageles aktora. Mamish the opposite of Charifa de Pumbedisa. But it says Avimi. I saw in Rashi. It says Avimi Barachava. Right, that's B'nei Rechava, so it could be it's a different Avimi. I thought about it for a second. I don't know. You have to ask the Yodi Davar. Ein haktara mefagelas haktara. The haktara of the koimetz cannot have an effect on the levaina. If you think about levaina, it's not pigul. The Imamish says the exact opposite, because the Harifi said even according to Rabbanan that say there's no pigul b'chatzi matir, it's still pigul. Over here he's saying a filu l'remei that says that chatzi matir is pigul, but over here it wouldn't be pigul. Remeir says when you do kmitza and you think about shirayim, that's considered a chatzi matir and it's mefagel. The koimetz matir didu, because the kmitza has an effect on the shirayim. The koimetz lav matir the levainu, since the kmitza and the levainu have no connection, lematzi mefagel bei. Omer le'abayo, ani mari, please tell me, answer me. Mishmei de Rav, did Rav Chizda say his halach in the name of Rav? Omer le yes, Rav Chizda did say it in the name of Rav. It menami, and the Gemara says, another from a side thing, it says, mamish mefurish, Omer Rav Chizda, Omer Rav. Rav Chizda said in the name of Rav, in aktara mefagelas aktara, that when you're putting a kmitz on the mizbeach, you cannot think about a levaina. It doesn't help thinking about a levaina to make it pigul. Omer Rav Yaakov bar Idi mishmei da Abaya. Afanan nami tanino, shochat echon min akvasim lechon memeno lemachar. If you have the two kipsei atzeres and you shecht one of the kvasim in order to eat itself, that one keves A, the next day, pigul, who pigul v'chaver kosher. In other words, the two kvasim are not connected. Lechol mechaver lemachar. If a person shechted keves A in order to eat keves B, bepigul, shneim ksherim. Ma'itayim alochayra. What's the reason? Lav mishum the kivin the lav matir didehu le'moti mefagobei. Keves A is not matir keves B. What's matir keves A? Its own zrika. Keves A and keves B have zero connection. And memela, if I'm thinking about the pigul, when I'm shechting keves A, I think about keves B pigul, it's nothing. So l'chayra, it's a raya to us that we also have kemitza and levaina. Kemitza is like keves A and levaina is like keves B. What's the difference? This is what we saw in Rashi before. There's no connection. Two kvasim are two separate entities. But by us, kmitza and levaina, since they were once upon a time in the kli together, that creates a connection. They're one legabe pigol. So I can think about the levaina while I'm doing kmitza. Omer Rav Amnuna. Beautiful lashon here. Hamilsa avlali Rabbi Chanina. This thing, Rabbi Chanina made me swallow. Like in English, they have something the opposite. He forced it down my throat. Over here, he tasted it. He made me taste it. It tasted so geschmack. That what? Utekilali kekuli talmudai. And now it's like my most favorite saying in the whole Talmud. I love this piece more than anything else. That what? Hikter koimetz. It's what?
You'll make us love Menachos.
Yeah, halavai. Oh man.
Like tequila, it says.
Hikter koimetz. What's so geschmack here? Try to understand why it's so geschmack. Hikter koimetz lahakter levaina. He had here three thoughts. He's being makter a koimetz, but he's thinking al menas that I'm going to be makter the levaina. Lechol shirayim lemachar. In order also, al menas to eat the shirayim tomorrow. He's doing three things here. He's putting a koimetz on the mizbeach. He's thinking to himself, I am going to put the levaina tomorrow mechutz zman on the mizbeach, and I'm going to eat the shirayim mechutz zman. Pigul. So now, what's so geschmack about it? Not yishkoyach. It's a tremendous chiddush. We'll see in a second why. Because really, he's saying two halachas here. First of all, he's saying that one matter is mefagel another matter. The koimetz can be mefagel a levaina. And second of all, he's saying that chatzi matter, I'm only doing the mitzvah. I didn't do the levaina yet. Chatzi matter could make pigul. So he's saying two separate halachas here. So what is he saying? Is he saying two halachas? Is he saying one halacha? So the Gemara goes into it. Michael Mashmalan. If he says only one halacha, I could have a thought about levoina while I'm doing a kmitza, kumash malon. So then he should say, Lema hikter koimetz lahakter levoina. He should stop right there. He should say, the first part of a sentence, he's makter koimetz in order to be makter levoina. Why did he finish off and talk about a shirayim? That he's also going to eat the shirayim the next day. And if he's telling me the second part of the sentence, that you don't need the kmitza and the levaina together in order to be mefagel the shirayim, it's enough just the kmitza alone. Lema hikter koimetz lechol shirayim lemachar. So why did he talk about a levaina at all? He should just say a person did a kmitza and not a, and we would understand, and not a levaina. That's enough in order to make pigul, because it's chatzi matir, and he holds like Remeir, the chatzi matir is enough. Now, itar vayu komash malon. What if you want to tell us two halachas? That chatzi matir is enough, and a mefagel is a matir mefagel. Then the lashon is not good. Leima hikter koimetz lahakter levoina. Vi with a vav, vi would mean oi. So if I'm telling you two separate halachas, that a matir is mefagel a matir, that a kmitza has an effect on a levaina, and another halacha. Oi, the second part, that if I only do one matir out of two matirim, that's enough to be mefagel the kmitza. So it should say vi le'echol shirayim lemachar. Vi would mean, we had many times already, the vav means oi. Or to eat shirayim lemachar, and that's a chatzi matir, and that's enough. Why does it say lechol without a vav? Which means that it's one case, not two cases. If I'm telling you two separate halachas, it should say it as two separate halachas. This is unbelievable. He doesn't hold of any of these halachas. He argues with both of them. This is why he loves this halacha so much. Even though I hold there's no such thing as chatzi matir, I need both matirim. In order to make something pigul, I would need a koimet and I would need a levaina together. And over here I only have a koimet. And even though I hold one mefagel is not matter another mefagel, I cannot have a machshava of levoina while I'm doing kmitza. It doesn't work. But over here it does work. Why? Crazy halacha. V'shani hacha, right. The pashtale machshava bekula mincha. Since I thought about it, I was doing a kmitza, and I thought about the levaina, and I thought about shirayim, I thought about everything, I combined it all. So now this is above and beyond any halacha I've ever learned, even though I hold there's no such thing as chatzi matir, even though I hold there's no such thing as mefagel matir mefagel, but if I think about everything, I have everything. I'm over and pigul. And that's why he loved it so much, more than all his Talmud.
You would say that by Zvachim also?
What? I'm trying to enjoy this thing.
What's the svara of this? I think of everything, so therefore it's
He understood the svara. That's why he loved it so much. I looked it up. There's different. They try to say this. I don't know. I don't have anything gishmak to say over.
It's like a based in it says that everybody's higher than his partner.
What?
The based in it.
Hold on. He's saying a svara. What does Chazon say?
I don't understand.
Oh, so he says a little Chazon in the Rambam and yeah. What are you hiding?
When a based in all of them say he's higher than his partner.
So when they do a lot of things together, there's a different masman.
Okay. I'm saying you have to know why chatzi matir doesn't work, why mefagel im, mefagel matir mefagel. Once you know all these things, over here that doesn't apply for some reason. Says the Gemara, Tani Tani Kameder Rav Yitzchok Barabo. Tana was saying over in front of Rav Yitzchok Barabo, Hikter Koimetz Lechol Shirayim. This is the Mishnah we had yesterday. Remember the Mishnah we had yesterday? Hikter Koimetz Lechol Shirayim. A person was doing, what? Don't let the pshat get in the way of the daf. Don't let the svara. 20 minutes, I have to slow down a little bit then. Hikter Koimetz Lechol Shirayim. If a person was makter the Koimetz Lechol Shirayim, L'divrei Hakol Pigul. What's the problem? The problem is because it's not only kmitza, we also have a levaina. And he didn't bring the levaina, he's only doing the kmitza. So what is that called? That's a chatzi matir. In a chatzi matir, Divri akol pigul. Asked the Gemara, what are you talking about? V'miflik pligi. That's the exact Mishnah we just had yesterday. The machlokes, Chacham say it's not. Chatzi mater doesn't work. Only Remeir holds Chatzi mater is a problem. So why are you telling me Divri akol pigul? Eloima, we have to change things around. Sorry, mistake. L'divri akol pasul. What he meant to say, what he probably heard was that according to everybody it's possible. Even according to Chachamim it's possible. According to Remeir it's pigul. If you're already making a girsa change, modification, v'leima harezit pigul v'remeir. Just say the way you thought you heard it, pigul, and just add remeir. Maybe it's better to change a word, to change the halacha completely. What? No, but he heard pigul. Let's say he heard pigul. So the only way to fix that is to stick in the word remeir. You're adding a word. If he heard pigul, then it only works according to remeir. So add remeir. Elomai, that's what the Gemara is saying, something like what you're saying. He really heard l'divri akol. That's what he really heard. So that we don't want to change. L'divri akol. The word pigul and pasul are interchangeable. It could be he made a mistake. It makes more sense that he made a mistake. V'leima harezit pigul v'remehi. No, tano divri akol asnuya. That he remembers. That he heard clearly. It goes according to everybody. Pigul b'pasul, since they both start with a pei, the four-letter word, it sounds similar. Michalefle. It's possible that it got interchanged. Hareze, right. And to say hareze instead of b'divrei akol, lo michlafle. That doesn't make sense, that he misheard hareze. He really heard hareze, but he thought he heard b'divrei akol. That doesn't make sense. Yeah. Hadrin aloch hakoymetzes hamincha. Guess what parak we're starting? We just finished hakoymetzes hamincha. And we're starting hakoymetzes hamincha. So the first one is called hakoymetzes hamincha zuta. It's a small one. It's only 4 dapim. This coming up one is 20 daf. This is going to bring us right into Yom Tovim. So this is, I don't know what it's called. I guess it's called Hakomis Rabbah. Hakomis Rabbah, Rashi says. Yeah, Hakomis Rabbah. This is the big one. Zog the Mishnah, Hakomis es hamincha lechol dovar she'ein darkei lechol u'lahaktir dovar she'ein darkei lahaktir. This sounds very familiar because we actually had a Mishnah that described how pigul is done. It has to be something that darkei lechol. So Rashi goes into it. It's to tell us Rebbe Eliezer that what hakomis is hamincha lechol dover shein darkei lechol. He wanted to eat something that is not typically something you eat. What's that? Something you put on the mizbeach, the kmitza. Ulahaktir dover shein darkei lahaktir. To put something on the mizbeach that you don't put on the mizbeach, which is the shirayim, kosher. According to the Tanakama, pigul has to be done in something that's the derech. It's not the derech to eat, it's not the derech to put on the mizbech, so it's not pigul. Rebbe Eliezer poisel. The Gemara is going to discuss whether it's poisel or it's pigul. There's a mandoma that holds that in Rebbe Eliezer that it's mamish pigul, it's the raisa. If the shear was less than the shear, kosher. It's not even possible, it's kosher. There's no pigul at all. Kosher. If he wanted to be mitzaref aktara of achila of chatzi zayis and aktara of chatzi zayis, he wanted to put together in his head. He's going to eat a half a kazayis of steak, and he's going to put on the mizbeach a half a kazayis of we're talking about mincha, so a half a kazayis of kmitza onto the mizbeach, a half a kazayis of shirayim he was going to eat mechutz l'zman. It's not mitzaref. Kosher, shein achil of aktorim, mitzarfin. Says the Gemara, Omer Abasi, Omer B'Yochanan. My time at the Rebbe Eliezer. Why does it say that you could mix up something that goes on mizbeach with achila? O makro v'me'ochoil ye'ochoil mibsar zevach shlomov. B'shtei achilas hakosim medaber. It's interesting lashon of he'ochoil ye'ochoil. It's 2 achilos. Echad achilas odom. One is referring to steaks. V'echad achilas mizbeach. Another one is referring to imurim that go on the mizbeach. Lo malach. Kishem shemechashvim ba'achilas. A person could have a machshava of psul. Mechashvim ba'achilas odom. Kach mechashvim ba'achilas mizbeach. Pigul doesn't only apply to something we eat, like the meat that we're allowed to eat, or the shirayim that we're allowed to eat. Also, something that goes in the mizbeach, like the murim or the kmitza, could also have effect on the pigul. That's halacha number 1. Just like you have machshava by food, la'achilas adam, to the person that eats the food, it goes from the food to the person that is eating the food. U'ma'achilas mizbeach, What goes on the mizbeach? The kmitza, la'achilas mizbeach, to the haktara of the kmitza. Kach mechashvim ma'achilas odom lamizbeach u'ma'achilas mizbeach la'odom. So therefore, I can go from something that people eat, like meat, to something that the mizbeach eats, imurim. They're interchangeable. My taima, medabkin rachmana. What?
The example you said was bazbach. We had that in.
Yeah. Vada. My taima medabkinu rachmana beloshen achila. The Torah says in Meochel Yochel, talking about the mizbeach, aloshen achila, memela. Even if you put something on the mizbeach with the machshav of pigul, you say, I'm going to put this on the mizbeach. I'm going to take this kaimet instead of putting it on the mizbeach today. I'm going to put it on tomorrow. That's pigul. V'Rabbanon Haida Pkinu Rachmani has a good taina. So why does the Torah say loshen achila? It should say in the Torah imachal v'yaktir. Why does it say ochel ye'ochel? V'loshen achila. V'lo yishno ki mechash v'loshen achila lemizbeach v'lo yishno ki mechash v'loshen aktar lemizbeach. Even if a person put a kemitz on the mizbeach and he said, I want to put this food on the mizbeach tomorrow, he said a b'loshen achila, that's also enough to be mefagel. The loshen is not important, say Chacham. That's what the Torah is coming to tell us. Inami ma'achila b'kezayis, a faktor b'kezayis, to tell us another halacha that you need a kezayis b'aktara, u'loilam, achila, durcha mashma. No, you cannot mix. If you think about haktara, a person is going to eat a kmitza, he's not going to be over on pigul. It should be the same lashon. The double lashon should be within the same lashon. Inami, imi yochel yochel. My ha'achol yochel. Why is it two separate types of lashonis? Shmas min otarti. We see his halacha that you could mix up mizbeach and adam, and also the halacha of kezayis. That on the mizbeach you need aktar as a kezayis. If Rebbe Lezer, if Rebbe Lezer is learning from a pasuk, it's mamish a pasuk. Kares nami lechayiv, so he should be chayiv kares. V'chitei mochi nami, he's chayiv kares. V'atu da amris mishmei Rebbe Yochanan, moedi Rebbe Lezer she'eino nish kares. Mamish says mefurish there's no kares, but it's a pasuk. Pasuk tells us that it works, that the pigul works, and it should be chayiv kares. Amalei tanoi aliv Rebbe Lezer. Ikelamanda oma absul de'raisa. He learns it from that pasuk, and it's chayiv kares. Ikelamanda oma absul de'rabbanon, and he's not chayiv kares. The Sanya.
Why would the Mishnah say pasul about people?
The Mishnah goes according to this mandama. The Sanya shoyches hazevach lishtois midomoy lemachar. What is this? He's taking something that belongs in the mizbeach, and he's doing an achila with it. He's doing achilas adam on something that's achilas mizbeach. Lahaktir mibsaroi lemachar. Something that belongs in the mizbeach, he's going to eat. He's going to eat something that he's supposed to eat. The steak he's supposed to eat, he's putting in the mizbeach. Lecho meimurav. This is something that belongs in the mizbeach. He's going to eat lemachar. Kosher. That's the shittas chachamim, that going from mizbeach to adam or adam to mizbeach doesn't make pigul. Now comes a new halacha. Lahaniach midam lemachar. He's not going to eat the dam. He's not going to be maktir the dam. He's going to be meniach the dam. He's going to do a hanacha. He's going to let it stay. Rabbi Yehuda Poisel.
What does it mean? He does a ma'aseh l'macha, or he just does the...
No, he's thinking to himself that he's going to leave the blood in his head. He's saying to himself, I'm not going to eat the blood. I'm leaving the blood. I'm leaving it for longer than necessary. Now, if he left it, it passes the carbon. What?
He'll maktir it later, or he'll do nothing. When's the ma'aseh?
Oh, when?
No ma'aseh.
It's in his head.
He's thinking, I'm not going to do anything with this.
Right. If he didn't do anything with it, it actually passes the carbon. If he actually left it to the next day. Over here, instead of doing an action of leaving it to tomorrow, he thought about leaving it to tomorrow. Review the poisel. No, it's not. Wait, time out. Pigul is achila. We're talking about a different machshava psul over here. He passes the machshava. Rabbi Yehuda poisel. He says it's pasul. Omer Rabbi Lazar abezu Rabbi Lezer poisel v'chacham machshirim. Okay, so we'll see in a second what does Rabbi Eliezer add, if he adds anything. Rabbi Yehuda aliba the man. What is Rabbi Yehuda saying that's possible? That you can't go from one achila, the mizbeach, to the adam, and from the adam to mizbeach. If you say you're going to eat blood tomorrow, it's kosher. But if you say that if you're going to leave it for tomorrow, it's possible, that doesn't make any sense. Hashta, if he used a lashon of oichel, still machshir rabbanon. So if you use the lashon in his head of hanacha, certainly it should be kosher, not possible. Now,
This is still the Mishnah?
Why is that a kosher?
no, we're talking about, this is a brisa of laniach.
Why, what is the Bride, what is the word?
When Chachamim, again, when Chachamim say, we're trying to say, Rabbi Yehuda says, if a person thinks in his head, hanacha, I'm going to leave the blood over to tomorrow, it's possible. According to what?
Just give this scenario when he checks the animal.
He shechs the animal, he receives the blood in a cup, and he says, this blood, I'm not going to pour in this bath today. This I'm going to do tomorrow. Now, if he actually did it tomorrow, he passed the carbon. But he's thinking about doing it tomorrow. He didn't use a lashon achili. He didn't say, I'm going to eat this tomorrow. Now, what do Chacham say if he looks at this blood and he says, I am going to drink this? It looks kishmak. I'm going to drink this tomorrow. Is that pigul? Chacham say, no, it's not pigul. Why? Because this blood doesn't belong in the person's mouth. This blood belongs in the mizbeach. I cannot change mizbeach to a person, and vice versa. If I say I'm going to take this steak that I'm holding in my hand and I'm going to put it on the mizbeach, that's also not pigul. Tomorrow, that's not pigul because it belongs. It's human consumption. It's not mizbeach consumption. So says the Gemara. Who doesn't mean who holds that if I say in my head I'm going to leave this over, it's possible. It can't be chachamim because hashto mahosam dekol mechash b'loshen achila. In the case of, let's say, blood, he's thinking to himself, I'm going to drink or eat this blood. Drinking and eating is the same thing. I'm going to drink this blood tomorrow, so he's mamish thinking a lashon achila. Yet, it's 100% kosher. So if a person is looking at food and doesn't even use achila, lashon achila, he's not using lashon achila. He's using lashon hanacha in his head. I'm going to leave this for tomorrow. Certainly, Chacham should say it's kosher. Why would they say it's possible? Elo alibo de Rebbe Eliezer. So this goes according to Rebbe Eliezer. V'omer Rebbe Eliezer, abezu Rebbe Eliezer poisel v'chacham machshirim. A second later, Rebbe Yehuda says, according to Rebbe Eliezer, it's possible. Comes to Rebbe Eliezer and says, you know what? According to Rebbe Eliezer, it's possible. It's the same exact thing. Rebbe Eliezer, hainu Rebbe Yehuda. Elolav, and this the Gemara wants to bring a raya. Kares ikebenayu. There's actually a shaila whether or not you get kares. That's what we were saying before. If you learn it from the pasuk, you get kares. If you don't learn it from the pasuk, you don't get kares. The Tanakh Amesovar laniach psula ba'almo barach kares na'im mechayiv. The Tanakh holds when I think in my head pasul, that's what Rabbi Yehuda is saying, then it's nothing. It's not a psul. There's no kares, but the other things, like to think about blood, to eat blood the next day, that you'd be chayiv kares. V'asur b'lazal meimar idividi pasul ve'ein boy kares. Says the Gemara loy the kulei alma kares leka. When I'm changing from mizbeach to adam and adam to mizbeach, there's no kares at all. V'acha shalish machlekes b'davar. There's three machlekes, there's three mandomer. Tanakh Amasovar, so now we're introducing a new mandomer. Tanakh Amasovar, Bahanach Pligi, Laniach Diriakol Kosher. Dafko, when he's thinking about to eat something that's roy for the Mizbeach, and he says, I'm going to eat it, it's machlekes. Laniach Diriakol Kosher. But in the Machshava Vanacha, where there's no Lashon Achila, everybody agrees it's kosher. Rabbi Yehuda Savar Bahanach Kligi. There's machlekes in switching from Mizbeach to Adam. But Laniach Dibriakol Posel. Not Dibriakol kosher. Dibriakol Posel, why? My time Xera makes us Domay or to call Domay. Because we have to make Xera. Because Kol Domay Psula Deraisa. If he leaves over all the blood, it's Posel Deraisa. The Sanyom Alem Rabbi Yehuda. We're mamish being over here. We're going to the next page. What?
3 daf in one day. Started in one day.
3 mandam and 3 daf. Fine, you know what? Let's stop here. We'll stop here. And we'll do the sugi. We'll start a little bit back and we'll go forward and we'll have the sugi clear because we need a little bit clear out here.
Tomorrow night, if the wives are coming, I want to know that we're trying to make him in the state,
And-
everyone comes
and-